It's a Monday evening, and I've turned on a stream to finish off playing a visual novel I started last week. That's how that works. This is the Not Yet Titled Monday stream. I'm Ryan. And, when we last left... light cycles. When we last left, I'll click the resume button so we can just get to the menu. Ah, right, so that's where we left ourselves. It's left at the last achievement that we were at. Okay. Come on. Yeah, it left a save at the last decision that we made. So we're here at the Requillery. Someone blew it up and stole what we're assuming is data. We are called Query. We're a detective program, and currently at the moment I've made decisions. Currently we're having to deal with trying to restore the full memory of a program called Cass, an honor guard member who was basically at ground zero for the explosion. So in terms of memory loss, it's pretty much all of it. I'm surprised they weren't de-resed from the explosion, but that's just me. We have the library, which currently now only contains Ada. It used to have a prisoner in there called Sierra, but one of the decisions that we made was to let Sierra go, regardless of whether they succeeded or not in what they were trying to do. We've let someone in who we shouldn't have, in the form of Proxy, a thief who's, well, looking to thieve stuff. That's simple, really. You know what? I'm going to make a choice. We're going to go to the admin office with no one there. You went to Prince's office. He and Grish are long gone. Yeah, because we wanted to mess around with some of the stuff, but while they weren't there, but it was rude. It was rude of Query to rob, to mess around with Prince's stuff while he was still there. So what we do find is Prince's desk, which is a beautiful desk because it's in the middle of the office. Ornate light carvings reflect the circuitry of the first ENCOM server, gesturing to the very earliest history of our kind. You suspect it's not something Prince uses often, more of a statement piece. Light flows across its surface, with particles flowing upwards. It's more of an altar than a desk. Like everything else in the room, it is created to celebrate and elevate the users. Prince lives in their shadow, or from his perspective, perhaps in their light. Yeah, Prince is very effectively religious belief in the upper plans of Flynn and the users. His security guard, Grish, is not. One of the decisions that I made that would look to bite me in the arse. You look around. Here we go. Yeah, this is a good opportunity to explore Prince's collections of user artifacts. So we look at the book. Tucked away on the shelf is a thick, heavy book. Its cover shows an abstract landscape rendered in bright light and polygons, not dissimilar to the views you've seen at the outskirts of the grid. In white block capitals, it says ARC XO711 beneath. Instruction manual. You flick through. This is a description of a machine, but specifically a machine for housing programs. You blink. This is a book about the machine in which the grid resides. Some kind of guide for users. This is profound. Well, would you like to know more? Yes, I would. You skim back through the book to the introduction and begin to read. Jump aboard the ARC XO711 and be swept away to a future like none you can imagine. Congratulations on your new purchase. With the unique technology at the heart of ENCOM computers, you can feel confident that no matter what the task, your hardware will be up to the challenge. So sit back, relax, and float above the flood of lesser hardware with a powerhouse you can take with you, trademark. Keep reading. You keep flicking through. Sections on specific software, spreadsheets, word processing, games. You remember hearing wise programs speak of other computers, the many-grid theory. This book seems to back that up. It implies that many users have their own computers. The concept is terrifying. Well, too deep now. Continue reading. You find a section, noticing that I'm seeing the saving game appear in the top right corner, by the way, as well, so you know. So the concept is terrifying. You find a section with strange words and symbols. They call it code. Instructions, ancient runes, with which one can actually build programs. This is Flynn's method. This is how we created this place, how we created us. No, it is said that we manifested later, but Flynn seeded the world with his code. This is the recipe for life itself. As we put the book back, you replace the book on the shelf, a little shaken by how close you just were to truths you cannot fathom. A shiver, and then your focus returns. Well, let's look at something else. Let's look at this small statue. You walk over to the shelves on the left. A small statue sits upon the shelf. It is simple, white plastic with printed blue highlights, but you recognise it instantly as TRON himself, and take it from the shelf. You'd never seen a statue like this before. Intricate hinges attach his limbs. You can fold and move them in a simulation of movement. Is this a user toy? If so, do the users know the story of TRON too? Let's consider the object. You were raised with the stories of TRON. His fight for the users, his eventual disappearance, his coming back as Rosner in TRON Legacy. The disciples of TRON modelled themselves on his example, seeking truth and justice, standing up to power, new or old. TRON was programmed to fight for the users, but DOT only fight for the truth. You'd like to meet him one day, if he still functions. Fair enough. Let's place that statue delicately back where I found it. Right. In fact, something says blinking device. You walk over to the shelves on the right. The device blinks with red light in the corner. You pick it up. Small buttons cover its surface. The blinking light radiates from a tiny screen. You carefully press one, and a simple image on the screen blinks to the right. Another button, and the image blinks left. Curious. You found a toy. You press another button and the image blinks up on the screen. You realise these buttons indicate movement. You press another button to the right and a smaller image blinks out the first. This is some kind of representation, a simulation. Is the first image a program and the other a disc being thrown? Why would Prince have such a thing? Why would anyone bother to make it? Hey, look. Look. Games, man. You return the device to its corner, utterly confused. Is this what they class as entertainment? Yeah, actually. Right, paper clipping. A slightly crumpled piece of paper is tucked between two other boxes. You pull it out. It's an article of some kind. You read it. Renaissance Man by Ethan Romero. The first thing I learned about Edward Dillinger was his taste in helicopters. As I sat waiting for him at the rooftop bar of 1 Moss Street, I was startled to see a jet black helicopter fly past the window, illuminated decadently with red strip lighting. My subject would later explain to me that he found the red glow soothing after a long day staring at computer screens, but to me, it was pure showmanship. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, you keep reading. You skip forward a few paragraphs. No, that's... Right. If you're looking to make sense of something, and you go, I don't understand this, you don't just skip to the end. Come on, query. Dillinger laughs. His English lilt, giving an impression of a man out of time, a man from a more sophisticated past, perhaps. Of course, this is an illusion. My subject is a man of the future, a great inventor, famous for his pioneering work in artificial intelligence. He waves any celebration away, of course. For him, his proudest work is in the field of arcade video games. He aspires to be an artist in the field, and envisions a day where these electronic fancies are as celebrated as poetry, music, and film. I chuckle at this, but he seems ardent. You've never heard of this man. Oh, query. Oh, query. What it must be like to just not. Right, a little bit more. You skip a few more paragraphs ahead. Never learning. Dillinger has recently crafted his most important invention of all, a son. I ask him if Eddie Jr. shares his inventive streak. He assures me that Eddie is already showing an aptitude for mathematics and computing. He's a born leader too, with a ruthless command of the sandbox. He's running rings around his kindergarten teachers. Dillinger tells me the boy doesn't suffer fools gladly, like father, like son. There's only so much sycophancy you can stomach at a time, especially for a user you've never heard of. Oh dear. Right, there's one last thing to look in the room, and that's the jacket. So we look to the shelves on the left, and we reach over for a jacket hanging in the corner. An odd garment, grey chest and cuffs with red sleeves. The collar looks vaguely military, and 2 large pockets flank the chest. A practical item. You've never seen anything like it. No light, the material feels alien, otherworldly. Did this belong to a user? Someone important enough for Prince to have it in his collection? Well, we'll always keep investigating. You poke the strange clasps, presumably designed to hold it together. Ever the detective, you reach carefully into a pocket. Your hand brushes over some small cards. You pull them out. Duplicates. Each one printed in bright red. Flynn's Arcade. Huh. Good. You replace the jacket carefully. You'd rather nothing was out of place for Prince's return. It's not your jacket. It's Flynn's jacket. Or a replica of Flynn's jacket. Anyway, so you take one last look at the place. Next time you're here, you'll see Prince back at that window. He probably won't let you look at his toys again. Let's see, we needed the time to look at it. Right, so currently on this, we do not know. So we're there. Current unknown locations is. We've forgotten that. That is Proxy, Prince, and Sierra. Who we, to be fair with Sierra, we just let them walk out. But Grish down in the lobby and Ada alone in the library. So the only real person that we haven't spoken to since Prince was escorted to a different location is Grish. So we go back to the lobby. By the way, Grish is going to be pissed. The lobby is as you left it. A lot shifted since you were here before. You almost feel nostalgic. Across the room stands Grish. Oh, you've been... He's been looking for us. You found me. Yeah, aren't you busy with Prince? Huh? Taking a break from babysitting the administrator. I would see if I made any progress. Okay. Ah, right, okay. So yeah, because we accepted Grish's help. Need to clean my disk again. Oh, good. Sure, whatever helps. That's okay, you weren't expecting a thank you. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, sure, whatever. Good. Wow. Grish removes his disc, rolls it around in his hands, tilting it to catch the reflection of the energy falls. Well, speaking of that, there's the energy falls. Let's learn about those. Following the Great Drought, Core takes great pride in its ability to collect and refine more energy than the grid needs. These energy falls ostentatiously celebrate the enormous resources consolidated by Core in the last few hundred cycles. Energy flows from the top of the repository, via the library, to the lobby, and back again in the cycle representing Core's hierarchical superiority, via data management, over the population of the ARC server. Such grand architectural statements irritate you. They obfuscate and clumsily attempt to distract from more complex truths. Well, speaking of truths... My disk... Oh, wow, okay. War cycles of work keeping this place ticking over. You function independently, but learn something about trust. Okay. Oh, wow. Glad we met. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I had a heart attack. He said thank you. Right. Hands over the disc. Your hand hovers over the surface. Ignites it. Right. Time to play a game. Jesus Christ. You what? Oh. Okay, so to unlock a disc colour, we need to clear 7 cards of the same suit consecutively. So if we want a disc colour, 1, 2, 3. There's 8 reds. There's 8 there. There's 8 of each, isn't there? We need to like consider maybe getting a colour out of here immediately. I'll work on it. I may just work on. Yeah, I guess at this point we're just sort of working on key ones around, I think. Whoops. In fact, I don't have to go for the colours. I could just try and, clear the board. Which in this case we need to have only 3 cards left. Let me get rid of the 6. There we are. Means we need to try and clear a 3. That's the smartest plan, was it, Ryan? Okay. So we kind of need to keep this 4 here and then bring the red 4 over. Like that. That. I mean, if we can just reduce this down to 1 colour, that'd be awesome. That's not looking like it's going to be the case. One, 2, 3, 4. Look at something here. Two, 3. 4. 5, 6, 7. Now if we can complete this, which we can't because I've just fucked up a move there. Yeah, right. Move that over there like that. That over there like that, which then means we can do that and do that, and that's our target. Done. No, we didn't unlock anything. Just screwed it up. Anyway, we found a memory for Grish though. Memory adjunct. The tank blast shook the barricade Grish and Proxy huddled behind. They know we're here, Proxy gasped. Grish shook his head. This soldier was a rookie, a new program unrefactored by the experience of 100 disc wars. She'd never held a friend in her arms as they derezzed. He had. Keep your head down. They're carpeting the area, not gunning for 2 nervous programs. They'll move on. A small nod. She dropped to a sitting position and drew her disc, inspecting its contents. I'm a little fragmented. Could use a few millicycles to clean up the damage. Take your time. We're stuck here until this unit moves past. Grish pulled a flask from his shoulder, gulping down energy as he joined Proxy on the ground. After he'd downed half, he offered the flask to her. She ignored him, consumed in her desk edits. She was learning, he mused. Prioritizing. Good. They might survive the next few centicycles. Cool. Who found her? It's some of the mist. He frowns. Yeah, there's part of that. But until Proxy was moving through the building, we had been unable to track their exact position, but this isn't good news for any of us. Secrets. Data trees, right? Yeah. Life is a vital asset. Explained. You can only get in yourself because I allowed it. Okay. Ada and Sierra are in it. Well, Ada's secure in there. He seems pretty confident about that. You absolutely do not correct him. I opened a dangerous door, did I? Oh, I lost Grish's trust. We have to stop her before she does any damage. Okay. Yeah. You were looking for code that gives you superpowers. He laughs. That'd be useful. Okay. Oh, we're sitting down. Okay. Prince's office feels different without him. He smirks. Did you touch anything? I like to be foreign. Stay away from Prince's stuff. Damn it. Cass was alone when the explosion happened. Sure. They remember nobody in the room with him. Remote control? We thought that as well, but maybe. Sierra has an alibi. He scoffs. What would it be? He's in the library with Ada. We'll see. You just have to take my word for it, pal. When I start asking my own questions and consider his release. Yeah, about that. You don't tell them the choice you made, for now. Alright, well, how are your men holding up? Good, okay. Securing floors. Keep clear of my investigation for now. Yeah, keep clear of it for the entire game, that'd be fine. Securing the prostitute. Proxy came with several lawyers. Maybe you'll help them too. Oi. She was gonna de-res me. How are you doing? Alright, looking forward to rejoining your investigation after this is done. Speaking of, oh yeah, the waiting area's been sat here the entire time. There's something deeply unsettling about an abandoned communal space. These seats project a comfortable atmosphere, a safe environment to wait for access to the accumulated knowledge of a civilization. The desk above, a lookout for the program assigned to organise their access. Those programs are gone now, pushed out by Grish as he locked the building down. Yeah. You've been better. Alright, fair enough. Where's Prince? Grish shakes his head now. I won't tell you if I had a disc to my throat. Okay, cool. Alright, so hidden spaces that only you know about. Cool. Well, no more questions. You need to get back to Prince. He does. Good luck. Alright, cheers. He gestures towards the elevator. You take the hint and leave. Hopefully he can keep his side of things together. Yeah, well, like I say, he's gonna find it a little bit troubling when, realise that that's out. Okay, so Prince is now not in an unknown location anymore. Whoa, why is he at the landing pad with Roxy? I have to check that. Hey, we dropped some frames. Boo. The rain is deafening now. Like the users themselves are mocking the hubris this place represents. The landing pad isn't as empty as when you saw it last. You see Proxy's glow at the other end of the landing pad immediately, green refracted through raindrops. You are more surprised by the program at her feet. Red light shines from his defeated figure. Yet why is Prince here? It's Prince. I know. Oh, hi, Proxy. How's it going? She yells through the blast to the rain as you approach. Okay, so it's more. Hello, Query. Be a good program. Turn around and walk back in. Continue. What? No, hold on. Prince looks up. He's clearly there against his will. He put up a fight. Wait, what do you mean did you de-res Grish? Grish was right there, we saw it. What? Okay, did you get what you came for? The user key? No, it's not here. But this one knows where it is, I think. She kicks Prince, who groans. Don't you little tyrant. Okay, Prince straightens up and speaks, although it seems to take some effort. Knows where the user key is. Proxy laughs. Okay, the fact that he doesn't even know what the user key is. Mere fairy tale, but I can tell you lying. Hold on. How can you tell? Oh, while we're here. Unlocked vertical slice. In terms of landing pad. Okay. The repository is immediately surrounded by parks and public galleries. Core have learned over hundreds of cycles that the soft power they enjoy relies on engagement and cultural buy-in from the community. By curating and sharing the data they validate, they have turned a system of control into a public utility. Beyond the park, Vertical Slice is a bustling hub, the oldest part of the city, but also its cultural and infrastructural centre. Okay. Yeah. How can we tell that the Prince is lying then, Proxy? He's a core administrator. If he's talking, he's lying. Oh, it almost sounds like a conservative government. Prince locks eye contact with you, begging for your help. You nod to him. Wow, lovely trust that you've got of your own family core unit, eh? Oh. Take me. No offense, but you're useless to me. Oh, well, Proxy smiles. Simple. This one knows where the user key, or can leave him to someone who does. Okay. Instead, I'm going to take him far from this place. Take my time, introduce him to some of my least savoury friends. Prince musters some courage. I'll never make it out of the sea. Core will hunt you. Oh, God. You always say... Oh, right. Oh, he says that you lie because your mouth moves. Okay, fair enough. Prince, shush me. Just for now. No, I didn't say that though. As loud as the rain is, it cannot compete with the crashing noise behind you. You turn, and you see Grish marching towards you. Oh, we're gonna lose someone here, right? Glad you could join us, Grish. Want to make my goodbyes? Grish growls and reaches for his disc. Proxy pulls hers down and holds it to Prince's neck. Hands by your side, disc on your back. Okay, Grish does as he's told, and Proxy withdraws the disc a little. It stays in her hand though, ready if needed. Okay, well, let's try and be diplomatic here. Let's all calm down. Proxy nods. Sound advice, we're all here to do our jobs. Okay, Grish steps forward. Oh, Jesus Christ. Query. While we were hiding from this thief, you were free. Got rolling suspect. Ah, he found out. He knows now. Prince winces, breaking eye contact. It was all we had, and you let him walk away. Had to play peacemaker while he do his let the bad ones go free. But how were you certain that it was Sierra? What? No. I work for the truth. Don't try that, Grish. I don't seem to have found much of the truth. Oh no. How's that would work out? Grish shakes his head. Well, you were a detective and yet you never questioned your own presumptions. What do you mean? Prince pointed it out. I missed it too. We went to visit Cass on our way to High. Boss wanted to get the sense of them. Well, he did. Prince speaks croakily, barely audible over the rain. You phase. Prince is a professional host who knows everyone who regularly passes through here. He'd never met Cass before. Hold on, we were focused on the details of Cass's memories. Rich puts his hand up. Doesn't matter, you missed it. Okay. Oh no. Mediocrity. Proxy presses something on her back and light flashes in a starburst behind her. A wing shoot. She's gonna jump. Originally a tool of the Blackguard of Flynn's master server, this seems to be a custom design created by Proxy or an associate. It will allow for a controlled fall even from up here on the landing pad. The device uses light barrier tech to slow a drop, if utilised with care by the program using it. Proxy's custom version looks more than sturdy enough to carry the additional body weight of a hostage. She came here prepared for that possibility. You are not wearing such a device. If Proxy is to be stopped, it will need to be before she jumps. Over the admin there, leaving, let's keep it simple. Tell me, don't try to stop me, and everyone lives. Proxy grabs Prince. Rish freezes. Prince looks at you wide-eyed with fear. You don't have to stop her. I lose 2 people in this investigation if I let her go. I lose 1 if I stop Proxy. Potentially. I might lose Prince here at the same time anyway. But you know. Gotta stop her. You reach for the disc on your back. Draw it. Don't be a fool. Well, this run that I did was all about regrets anyway, so you throw the disc at her. Oh no! That wasn't what we were meant to do. You throw the disc. It sizzles through raindrops as it hurtles towards Proxy. She panics, spinning to avoid the disc, pushing Prince into its path. It's fast at least. The disc slices through Prince and he dissolves almost instantly. Particles fall to the ground as your disc returns to your still outstretched hand. Yeah, Grish, my bad. Proxy glares at you, then runs towards the edge of the landing pad. She leaps into the void, falling out of view. Prince's remains fizzle in the cold rain. Grish is stunned. He walks forward, muttering under his breath before turning angrily at you. It's your fault. Well, that's true. Sorry? Grish doesn't turn back from the edge of the landing pad. We're not going to have a conversation, we're not going to figure out the blame or plan solution. You're my enemy now. I won't stand between you and your investigation. I want you here, but we're not allies. Okay. Fair enough. Well, we are no longer friends with Grish. He turns and without looking at you marches back into the building. You're alone now. You have no idea what happens next. You have a lead. That's something. Yep, null ref. The achievement there. So now Proxy, Sierra, and Grish are missing. And as we can see on the left-hand side, oops, Prince is dead. So what we've learned on this is that according to Grish, we missed the fact that we never saw Cass, or Prince never saw Cass. You return to the vault, a little shaken by recent events. It's as cold in here as the landing pad, but at least it's drier. Just see if we've got any bits here. No? Okay. Cass is waiting, and walks up to you as you enter. Are you okay, Query? No. Let's have a look at the sky outside. The wall of the vault is supposedly as strong as its door. Both did little to stop the damage of this explosion. The result is an ad hoc window to the grid below. Small sparks and detritus fall to the part below as the embers of the explosion's destruction fade away. Nobody out there has any idea what happened. Right now, you're not sure they ever will. The truths you are uncovering may be swept away, buried in a vault like this one. For now, such force serve no purpose. No, I am not okay. Strange to be the one in need of comfort, but Cass has obviously noticed something in your demeanour. A lot's happening. The bro's whispering, I'll assume you'll tell me when you think you need to. I'm sure it'll be okay. You nod. How long have you been a guard? I seem young, so maybe not very long. Well, okay. Cass looks at you quizzically. Something you're not saying. Do you know something new? Cass has always been direct with you. You owe them the same. Fair enough, we'll just tell him. There's your new face around here. They ponder it. Well, Prince seemed strange when meeting me, a stranger, I suppose. Don't frame a reference, but if you say so, I believe you. They glance down at their uniform. Resplendent. Then, take their identity disc from their back. Yeah, I would like to help you get to the bottom of this. You hesitate. Blush, making my job more difficult. Yeah, I'm not an honor guard, then who knows? Cass smiles sweetly and hands you the disc. When you take it, they put their hand on your shoulder. Thank you, friend. Maybe this will be the last time. I'll figure out that I'm a janitor and we can all go home. Wish. Right, unlock disc colour. Clear 10 cards. I mean, these cards have an objective of their own. What? Swappers switch position with each other, following your plan the moment you make a move. Okay. We think fast program. Alright. So we could really do with getting rid of swappers then, when the opportunity arrives. Okay, we do have a slight problem. Oh, they swap anyway. Oh no, because of course they can swap, because... What? In there. Target is 2. Need to really consider. Yeah, hold on, we can do this. There we go. New error. No, that's what they call them. Errors. New memory, the silhouette. The cell was cold, the light within it dull. Purpose. Cass sat at its centre, cuffed and on their knees. No idea how long they'd been there, no knowledge of where there even was. The door in front of Cass opened. A figure entered, tall, silhouetted by the light behind them. You alright, kid? Light glistened against the rim of the white armour of the figure, gold details glowing. You look cold. Cass nodded, a whisper escaping. Yes. Alright, I can help with that. The silhouette bent down to a knee, placing garments in front of Cass. Don't tell anyone where you got these. I'm not meant to fraternize. You're dangerous. Cass nodded, reaching forward with their cuffed hands, feeling for the fabric of the guard uniform drop between the silhouette stepped back. Be quiet. Be safe. They can't keep you here forever. And with that, the silhouette left. The door slammed shut. Dim purple light again. But they were a prisoner. Cass falls to the ground in front of you. Yeah? You kneel down in front of them. What did you see? Saw everything. Okay. Cass is confused. Their eyes darting around. They stand back up, a little unsteady. You see? In the cloud, did you see what I saw? You saw something. It was hazy. Uncertain. A silhouette. Thief? Oh no, a good man. And that figure was the guard assigned to my cell. A beat. You're confused. Yeah, well, we did go for the idea that Cass was a prisoner, once we saw the memory at least. Well, this place somewhere else. It's locked in a box for as long as I've been alive. I've been locked in a box. So how did you get here? Transported, dropped off. Been a prisoner for so long? Wow. I remember he gave me this uniform, took pity on me. So, yeah, he may have saved your life. They nod. Yes. Fascinating to me that of all my memories, the key was a good program who did me a kindness. Well, one kindness among many cruelties. It can be lost. Yeah, that's fair. So, could the explosion be an attack on you? No. A look of terrified realization crosses Cass's face. I am the explosive. What? Oh, I'm the danger. Why was Prince not informed? It might be a terrible secret. Cass is overwhelmed, scared. Time to present, but I'm not sure the crime you were brought here to investigate happened. I might be in a lot of trouble. What? They inhale slowly. Okay. Right. So we've got some questions based on stuff that we've had. So, how long were you locked up? That was overlap fuse. I don't know the order of the causality. That's not great. Okay. What caused the explosion? Involuntary. They don't seem completely convinced of that, but this wouldn't be the first case you've seen where a program convinced themselves of their own innocence. A defense mechanism, maybe? Yeah, do you have any information about the guard? Ori. Kind of the need to be smuggling me in a uniform told me it was old, nobody would miss it. Okay, indeed. Well, we derezzed Prince. Not intentionally. Again. To add. Can't let anyone else get hurt tonight. In the consolation, I'm going to do everything in my power to avoid getting hurt myself. You're inclined to believe them. Of course, Prince would have said the same. Right, well, we let Sierra escape, so... It was the right thing to do given what you knew. Well, yeah, we now know that if Cass is the explosive, and Cass blew themselves up, which is an explosion caused by them, then it couldn't have been Sierra. Also tells me I can trust you. That matters. Core is going to be angry with us both. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. In my case, I can claim ignorance. What they're going to do? Continue to lock me up? Yeah, fair enough. Alright. No worries. You let yourself out as Cass looks across the city through the hole they made. That's not the only gap here. There are more threads that you know you'll need to pull on before the night is over. This doesn't add up. Yet. Okay. So, in terms of areas, we have still the landing pad. Everyone else is not around, so that means the only real person we can speak to and get more information would be Ada. In the library. Let's do it. Rock structures. These grand walls and waterfalls were created from rock mined in the Outlands. They provide both a practical and symbolic function. Symbolically, these structures demonstrate Core's moulding and repurposing of the world around them, and their essential supremacy over the raw matter of the grid. These foreboding forms have been tamed and utilised. Practically, the specific minerals of the Outlands are untouched by the data of civilization, so they form a clean baseline for the library's complex data trees. They insulate the room against the noise and interference of a bustling city. Okay. I'm not liking the first line of my entrance into the library this time. There is a coldness to the library as you approach. It feels strangely empty without Sierra at its centre. Ada stands on the platform he occupied, looking out over her garden. She seems lost in thought as you approach. You had quite the evening. I'd say. I think I'll remember it for a long time. Oh, unless you get caught up in another explosion. You both smile, a little exhausted. It's been a long night. I don't care about the trees. I know about Ada. How's Ada? Been shielded from much of tonight's events. Oh, yeah, she's been just in the library, hasn't she, the whole time? She has been. But, Sierra did nothing wrong. Right to do something. You change the subject. Oh boy. I mean, let her know. I mean, we know that Cass is also a prisoner. We know Cass caused the explosion, so we assume. But how would Ada feel if we found out that Prince is dead? Note that we haven't told her that we de-resed Prince. Just that we would be telling her. No, I can't tell her. Cass caused the explosion. You tell Ada everything you know. Yeah, but there's an aspect that doesn't fit. There was no phase in removing dangerous programs from the grid. If it was just an uncontrollable explosion, Cass would have been disposed of immediately, yeah. But, true. Something needs to be done. Ada looks around the library. We will also look around the library. Nope, nothing there. Okay. Earlier described this place as a garden and curated space for information. Yeah. What do you mean to an extent that's true? There's Data's value. Okay. It's motivation, not mine. Ada looks down at the empty platform left by Sierra. Oh yeah, she did mention last time, or when we were going through, that she was leaking bits of data. Just little bits, but leaking enough of it. I don't think anything is achieved by locking away the powerful things, okay. Yeah, she locks eyes with you. No action. You freed Sierra, you did what needed to be done. It was the right thing to do. She nods. He was innocent. He was also good company. Hope to see him again. Either way, you made the right choice. I want to follow your example. Feels like a night for making a difficult but right decision. Oh, we've inspired Ada to help. Sweet. It feels like you're close to closure. Okay. I want to be there for them. Trees will be safe without me. Okay. Alright. I'll go up to the vault, check on them. I imagine I'll see you there again soon. She brushes past you, moving to the exit. You stand alone in the library. The entire of history before you. You could spend cycles here and barely scratch the surface. Another time. Okay. Okay. So based on that now, the only other place for people would be the vault. And, given that we've basically got the two other characters now that we have not pissed off or killed, it's going to be an important situation when we both get there, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break, take it a little early, and then we'll come back and we'll see where we are on what looks to be the wrap up of this. Still a little bit investigation to go, but see what happens. Right, I'll be back. Okay, back to wrap this up. He says, right, to the vault. We meet Cass once again. Maybe. The vault feels a little warmer. I'm a little bit concerned with the fact that we're looking down on the bridge. Cass stands next to Ada by the vault. They are discussing the city below as you approach. Hello, Query. Might as well. So you made it up here? Did. Cass has been explaining more of the situation. Okay. So that diminishes the challenges you face, child. Oh, there was something there that the vault door had. I think. I can find it fascinating too in your position. Cass points to the city below. I want so much to go down. So much to go down there, be among the programs, drink some energy, ride a light cycle. Don't think you've ever had that freedom. Before I got locked in the tower. We still not found out why. I'm eager for answers though. Do whatever it takes. Could it be? Cass takes a deep breath. Seems like a risky stone to turn. It might not turn out to be safe. Well, the detective wants to on me, but do you want to be here for this? Do you want to get hurt? Ada takes Cass's hand. Okay. Do it. You take the dish from Cass and begin. It's time to uncover their final mystery. Play 9 cards of the same suit successfully if we want to. What are these? Spawner errors cause affected cards to regenerate previously cleared cards. So you want to get rid of them. They need to, go? Timers count down until a new card is generated. But if we were to... Oh, I don't know. Game, don't. If you clear an affected card, you stop the spawn. So this is now it's going to teach us to do that. Take out spawners quickly. Okay. Take out as many as you can. Try to stay ahead. Oh, Jesus, they do. They just keep coming, don't they? So if I did that... nothing to clear that one or this one at the moment. If I move this here like that, then we can clear that. Can't clear a 4 at the moment. And while we're at it, we want to still work on clearing. Right, okay. We've got an ID here. And then clear that. Clear this. That one. Still really want to be sort of clearing. Yeah, clear the 3. You mother. It's fine. Clear that one now. Right, they're the spawner's gone. No, they're not. The spawner's gone. They still keep going, don't they? What am I doing? Need to clearing that. Do. You mother. Oh, spawners, why? Hold on. There we go. Ooh. Buy a digital jazz. New memory, end of line. Okay. Flashes, flickers of potential failures. A program, fighting thousands of enemies, getting hurt. A cycle, chased by hundreds. Glitches, errors, shifting realities, repeated realities. The city falling apart, torn apart. Great wars between programs, resets and errors, battles and defragmentation in the streets. And then nothing. You stagger a little at what you just saw. Meanwhile, we found the vault door. The door to the vault is hanging off its hinge. The strongest encryption seals on the grid could not hold back whatever force exploded in here. Deep red gashes break up its surface and cast light into the room. It looks like it could fall into the void below at any moment. Whatever force did this is unimaginably dangerous, beyond any weapon you've seen in your investigations. Whoever wields it is a threat to the stability of the grid itself. You hope you can catch them. They stood right in front of me. Oh no. You give the disc back to Cass, feel the tension flow through you. Ada is confused. What? What happened? I always see it. Oh, users? You know what you both saw. Everything falling apart. The grid itself disintegrating, derezzing into a million fractured pieces. A terrible future. What did you say? Cass stumbles back from you. They're holding their head in their hands, tears in their eyes, their voice quivering. The end of everything. Collapse. We're all still here. Yeah? Explosion, a reaction, a realization. The grid is ending. It can't be stopped. Each time I realize that, Whoa. Okay. How do you know this is real? I mean, you know. You got me up because I'm the only one who sees it. You see the end of things in the data, complex cause and effect. Oh god. Truth encoded. The grid is ending. The end of the world. Cass begins to shake, continue to hold their head in their hands. The realization is tearing them apart. No time. Ask me your questions. Last chance. How long do we have? 300 cycles? What? I didn't know that. Cass looks defeated. Why would the grid have a limited duration? Temporary home. Flynn's back up. Ada nods. We know we're meant to be here this long. You never came back. Now I know, how am I not exploding? That's a good question. Cass laughs. Ada spots something you don't. Because we're not smart enough. See for yourself at second hand. Ah. Okay. Your hope plus your destruction. How did it happen so fast this time? More input, you, the city, so much data. Well, we have to tell everyone then. Cass smiles through the pain. I am telling you. Okay, Cass winces. Everyone has a right to know. We could re-wipe your memory if you want. A small smile. Okay, explosion, I'll do that anyway. There isn't... Oh, no. Got nothing more to ask. Cass takes a deep breath. There's a flutter to their light. They're destabilizing. They walk out to the edge of the vault. Reset coming. Help me figure this out after. Stay back. Ada lunges towards Cass at a sprint. No, Ada, don't. The blast rings through the vault. Hot light knocks you from your feet. Time itself seems to stop for a moment. You taste iron and electricity as your face smashes into the hard floor of the vault. And then silence. You stand up, dust yourself off. The sizzle of broken light echoes through the cavernous vault. There's no sign of Ada, derezzed by the blast. Oh, god damn it! There's nothing you could have done. And there, on the edge of the blasted vault hole, lies the fragile figure of Cass. You place a finger on their neck. Feel the reassuring pulse of energy flow. They're unconscious, but they function. You are consumed by a need to tell someone what happened, to make it real, to communicate. Grish needs to hear about this. You only hope he'll listen. Software conflict. Achievement unlocked. Right, so Proxy is, still around. Well, Proxy and Sierra, but they're basically just there. But now we've lost Ada and Grish. Not Grish. Prince. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lobby. But we now know the explosion was Cass. Grish stands alone in the lobby, his back to you. He's just ushered a program out of the entrance. The last of a full evacuation. Hearing your footsteps, he turns and immediately grimaces. Dare you show your face? Stand down. He lowers his eyes. Don't give me hot spot, not after what you've done. He charges at you, grabbing you by the neck and lifting you off your feet. He barks in your face, his light pulsing as the rage flows through him. You've destroyed this place, you've got people hurt, you do not get to tell me how you feel about my mood. Ah, okay, 3 options. Or go with... I beg your pardon, program. That in caps. He drops you, sprawling you on the floor. You speak quietly as you hold your throat. There's a way through this. There always is. I think that path doesn't involve you. Wow. Grish looms over you. Cause a trail of destruction wipes out any chance I had to clean up the mess your little friend in the vault caused. Oh well. He sees confusion cross your face. It baffles you that you might know something you've not told me. I investigated your query even without you. Alright, okay. Had to intervene. Well, there was no choice. Well, that doesn't comfort you. Lost is dead because of you. You chose to let murderer in and you suffered the consequences. But it's gone for what? So you could befriend a bomb with a heart of gold? Well, we have to tell the rest of the grid. Grish holds up a hand to silence you. Sounds like you're in charge. It shows you've learned nothing. Oh god. What do you mean it's already over? You free one criminal. Well, you should do it a second time. It's not what I'm suggesting. I hope you're being honest with me. Because if you're not, I will do what I need to do to prevent you lying to anyone else. Okay. As clear as I can. I'm making threats. I'm telling you what will happen if you try to do something stupid. Wow. Dick. Died on the landing pad. Right. Grish puts a hand on your shoulder. Firm. Threatening. To hear this. We're going to leave the way you came in and you're not coming back. He points his other hand to the door. Now. Yeah, what are you going to do? Grish locks eyes with you. Do what needs to be done. I'm going to restore order. Find Cass, lock them in a vault, summon core to take them away. Do these things and then I'll begin to rebuild everything you disrupted. Whereas we'll leave. Grish lifts his hand off your shoulder. There's no choice this time. But not in the way he means. Don't do it, program. Do it. You turn and run towards the elevator, full tilt. You hear the smash of Grish's boots behind you as he gives chase. A fool. There. Diving into the elevator, you press a button to close its perspex door. He smashes on it with a fist. What's this and you understand, Grish? It's as simple you're a fool who doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe, but you have to finish this right. Why did he get out of the elevator? He punches the perspex. It cracks under his fist. Yes, I'll be right behind you. I won't hesitate to finish this. Because we dodged the light cycle. Yeah, that first option. Bring yourself at harm's way at the last minute, assume everything will turn out right. Should have left you there on the sidewalk. Yeah, then I would never heard Cass's truth. He punches the door a second time. Nobody cares what the program told you, nobody will. You look at the crack in the door. It won't hold up to another swing. You enter a sequence into the elevator's keypad, activating a lock on the elevator control. An old DOT trick. What we're doing. If Grish wants to get where you're heading, he'll need to use the stairs. You enter the code for the landing pad. I'm sorry. The elevator ascends. Grish locks eyes with you. Oh god. Grish is coming for you. I didn't kill him. Right, let's be honest. I didn't kill Rez. I didn't kill Prince. Proxy did. I didn't kill Ada. Cass technically did. So, you know. I will probably end up having to kill Grish, because he's coming for me. You know. With Grish locks eyes with you just as it disappears out of view. It's not over. Right, well, Cass is now on the landing pad. Alright. Helps you sleep at night. I will sleep like a baby tonight, my friend. For a moment, the sky is clear above the landing pad. You see Cass sat at its edge, feet hanging over. They turn to you as you approach. Hello. Oh, that grin is, You smile. How's it going? They frown a little. I don't know. You note confusion cross their face. Oh, of course, the memory will have gone again. Do we know each other? You stand next to them, look out at the city below. It's different than it was earlier. More fragile. My name's Query. Right, you're a detective? You nod. They smile. Are you here to help me? I hope so. Cass looks a little frightened. They hold on a little tighter to the edge of the pad. Have you been down there? So beautiful, so intricate, the lights of hundreds of thousands of programs mingling, glowing together. I wish I remembered what it was like to be there. You realise there's every chance that they've never actually set foot on the ground. To help me remember, you can build identity discs, right? You nod. They take the disc from their back. Please. This will be a little faster now, as you already know who Cass is. And the view seems to be anchoring them. Are you sure you want to know? I am. Alright, you take the disc, weigh it in your hands. Alright, target's 4 and we've got swappers. Question is, what colour do we look to try and get rid of first? Yellow's maybe a good idea. Oops. Yellows and greys. That is an extreme swap, isn't it? They are making quite a distance for each other. Yeah, you are fun. You swip and swap, swip and swap everywhere. Switch and swap. Yeah, we do that. We can that. That will actually help us so for now. You go all the way over there, that's fine. You keep switching around, that's fine. Maybe not this time though, maybe we'll just do that. My main problem is that 2 is all the way over there. Yeah, if we do that. Right, you move over there, that's all fine. Okay, so to fully get rid of a colour, we just need to have a 6 right over there. Probably that 6 will swap with 2. Not the best. That'll be fine for now. We do that. And then we do that. That gets rid of the yellows. 6s are still in, so we could probably do that. We do have 2s as well. Be fine either way. Move the 5 over. Okay, so we nearly got rid of greys. I'm not sort of unlocking locations at this particular time. Play the 6. Right, so now we're down to just that. And then with whoops. No, hold on. I'm gonna undo that move. I'm meant to do that like that. And whoops, nope. We do that, and then we are sorted because bonk. 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 There we go, memory restored. A friend. The vault was cold. The memory of an explosion lingered. A noise by the elevator. A figure approached. A tall figure, wearing a long coat and a quizzical expression. The confused program looked up, exhausted. What happened? The confused one asked. The inquisitive program asked his questions. He seemed kind, but the questions were difficult. The answers blurry. Distant. If you'll let me, I can skim your disk. The confused one nodded. They didn't understand the words, but the tone was warm, reassuring. They knew that they needed help, and this program seemed eager to provide it. The stranger took the disc from unsettled programs back. He helped. He said his name was Query. Huh. Cass puts their heads in their hands as the memories wash over them. They begin crying. Console them. Put a hand on their shoulder. You look at their disc. You'd never worked with one like it. Impossible complexities, unimaginable data density. You just dropped a lot of knowledge on Cass, all at once. You might be out of your depth. You're definitely out of your depth. What do you want to do? A pause in the tears. Dunno. Not a long pause. Cass looks up. I think I've ever been outside without rain before. Oh god. They seem startled by it. It happens occasionally. They look around. There's that clarity like the grid pausing for breath. You smile at their poetry. They wipe their face with a sleeve. Sniff. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe you're wrong. Cass offers a kind smile. Maybe. Would honestly be the best scenario, right? You can tell that they're not convinced, and from what you've seen of their disc, you're not either. Need backups. Okay. Okay. Cass nods. They gesture to their disc, still held firmly in your right hand. Copy it. You nod, taking your own disc from your back and placing the two on top of each other. Here goes nothing. Oh boy. Right, okay, right. No, I thought this was actually going to look harder than it is actually shown. But there is actually a lot of spawners. Need to try and get rid of them as quick as here, so let's work on that. Work on that. And that one. And that one. Still need to consider thinking of getting rid of a colour, and I think that colour is going to be blue first. Okay, yeah, that makes some sense, I suppose. We do have another grey one up here and a grey one here as well. So grey needs to go as well. Nope, hold on. Thought I might have had a bit of room in regards to that, but that is not the case. Okay, there we go. Right, that's fine. We're making oranges, so that's... But we can get rid of it. There we go. Right, so now, of course, we have a new wave of them. Let's think. Okay. I'm looking to try and get rid of blues over anything else first, really, aren't we? Blues or yellows? Yeah. Hold on, there we are, and we just gonna keep drawing them, aren't you? No, it has to be the other way. I'm gonna do it. Space to be up here. Oh, 0 to 0, right? Get rid of 2 more cards. Do that, and then do that. Cleared it. New discolor. Yellow and cyan. New memory. 476C. 69, 74, 63, 68. You know what I'm going to do here? It's time to look at hex tech. Not hex tech. Sorry, that's me looking at. That's me looking at something different. We want hex to text. Problem is, I don't think this can be copied. No, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. No, we want hex to text. Right, so what have we got? 41, 6E, 20, 65, 72, 72, 6F. Huh. Okay. 72, 20, 73, 77, 65. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Just do it all the way. Right. 72, 20, 73, 77, 65, 65, 70, 73, 20, 74, 68. You know what? I realised I was going to start playing an ARG in the middle of this, but still. This is probably going to get translated as well, which means this is probably going to be absolutely time. Who knows? It's not looking good from what's been told, by the way, and I can't see any chance that's going to come up. Right. Yeah, I am in the right place. No, wait. Hold on, where was I? Let me just... Yeah, no, I am. No, wait. 20 is a space. Yeah, so 20s are always spaces. So 65, 72, 20. 65, 72, 20. Right, now I know where I am. One, 6E, 3, 65. One of these is not right. So that's 60, 68, 61, 6E. Not. Wait. Hold on. 68. So I was at 61, 20, 63, 68, 61, 6E. There we go. Now. 63, 65. You know what? We'll just keep going. 20, 87, 72. Yeah, with the rest of the class. I can't share with the rest of the class because I'm still in the middle of doing it. 64. 61. Doop-a-doo. 666. F. 72. 65. 6. 65. 72. 2E. Right, one of these letters does seem to be incorrect. But the message reads this. An error sweeps through. An outsider takes a chance. That should be chance, I reckon. Grid changed forever. So, yeah. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Mind. Just so I could see. It's just where it says it's. I'm sure it's supposed to say chance, and it just definitely the text converter does say chase. But yeah, well, like I say. As you hand back Cass's disk to them, your eyes pulse. So much new data. Much of it is indecipherable, but another program will understand it if it comes to that. Cass smiles. How's that feel? Overwhelming. Now it's their turn to reassure. You don't need to read the data. Let it sit within you until someone else needs it. We'll both be there to pass it on. Cass looks down at the grid and says nothing. Oh, crap. Energy rails. Full stack. Core facilities can be cold and uncaring, but here, energy rails provide a little safety. You suspect that this may be more about protecting the cargo than the programs transporting it. The former is priceless, the latter expendable. The light cast up from the rails is blinding, bathing the pad in an uncomfortable green light. They add a sinister mystery to the night's comings and goings. You wonder if that was intentional too. Core do have a flair for the dramatic. The rain starts up again. At that moment, Grish bursts through the door to the landing pad. He pants, frustrated and exhausted from the climb. Stop! Hands where I can see them. Okay. Cass raises their hands. It's okay. It isn't. Not danger to you. Grish draws his disc. I saw what was left of Ada in the vault. It's over. Prince is gone because of you. You think I'll let you risk anyone else for this freak? Cass comes with me. We're gonna head back to the vault. You'll be safe, and more importantly, the rest of us will be too. Walk away, Grish. He scowls. Now why would I do that? Oh god. You take a deep breath. I've got to get that truth out. Grish scowls. You know the grin, you believe that? How could they possibly know? It's lied to gun the sympathy and make you feel like just enough a hero to help them escape. No detective. Stop talking. Grish readies his disc, aiming at Cass. Or me. Or it ends here. You know what? I think Grish is done. You grab your own disc and throw it at Grish. You're fast. He doesn't even have time to throw before he's hit. Grish disintegrates into a cloud of energy, blowing like dust across the landing pad. You catch your disc. Cass exhales. Now what? Good to go? Now? Cass nods. Don't mention it. They smile, beaming, and take your hand. Show me the grid. You walk back to the entrance. An end, but also a beginning. It's done. You step outside. The city below is exactly as how you left it, utterly ignorant of the events that you witnessed and impacted tonight. But not for long. You stop, standing in place, the enormity of what has happened firing through you. I don't know, are we alright? Cass has been through a lot. You don't want to scare them. Need a moment. They nod. It's been a big night. Take your time, I'll wait up ahead. Cash pushes forward. You're grateful for the centicycle they're giving you. You take your disc in your hands, turning it, reviewing it. It certainly needs a defrag, but you've done enough of that already. You activate it, reading your data and thinking about what you saw tonight. You think about the programs you met along the way. Grish was the first program you met, right after he saw you throw yourself to the ground. A great impression to make. You worked with him for a while, but he showed where his priorities were when Proxy arrived. And, as sure as MCOM hated you after what happened to Pris. Better him than Cass. Prince, the repository is as much a representation of Prince as everything else. His faith and fealty define the possibility space available to you. You feel terrible about what happened. He paid the price for the decisions you made here tonight. The ultimate price. Cass began as a mystery, but turned into something greater, something dangerous to the grid and to those you would control it. They're waiting for you up ahead. You don't know what your future together holds, but it'll certainly mean more choices. Logs will be written about Cass, somewhere. Another data tree is sprouting. A comforting thought. And Sierra, whichever way it had gone with Sierra, he would have your sympathy. A program trapped in an alien set of constraints and politics. He didn't deserve what happened to him tonight. At least, in the end, you could grant him his freedom. Regardless, he will remember what Core did. He will tell his people, and it will have consequences. And Ada. Your thoughts on Ada are mixed, and even now you're not sure whose side she was really on. The things you could learn in that library, if they ever let you back in. Without Ada, you're unsure what Core will do to her garden. A new guardian will be necessary. Despite what happened, you find it hard to hate Proxy. The pirate was no more self-interested than most of the programs you met up there. She is dangerous, though, and well-resourced. Her impact could resound further through the grid. You wonder if anyone will ever find the user key she was looking for. You hope not. Yeah, you keep thinking the things you learned. You consider what you learned tonight. Yeah, oh god. Cass saw what they saw and now you've seen it too. This place, this world is going to stop. Only a few hundred cycles, a couple of years, and everything you know will be lost. You entertain the idea that something can be done, but you've seen where good intentions can lead. You'll be haunted by this knowledge. Core's enthusiasm for control seems stronger now than ever. You see now that the repository is a prototype for a more regimented grid. It won't happen fast. Feature creep rarely does, but little by little, Core will expand their silent oversight. Cass's data is a direct affront to their dogma, information they will seek to limit too. Sierra's presence was an indicator. Automata are no longer keeping themselves to themselves in the sprawl. They're reaching out to the rest of society. Their philosophy and questions will gain volume. There are many who will find that challenging. Outside of the criminal landed a recognizer on a core stronghold tonight. Proxy would not have come if she were not comfortable. If this place did not feel within her grasp. This may be a natural escalation, a reaction to Core's confidence. It will have been noticed by others. And what else we got? The choice is yet to come. You ponder your next move. Core will not be happy with your handling of things. It's likely the DOT will feel similarly. They'll even be less happy you stole their asset. Cass won't be safe out there, and now neither will you. Proxy could be helpful. You didn't end things on the best of terms, but it could certainly have been worse. You don't trust anything about her except her own self-interest. That might not have been enough, but you'll likely never find her now. It's going to be hard to find anyone you can truly trust. Or like that, but you will. The problems Cass has exposed will not be solved by a single hero. Those days ended with TRON. You'll find a community. You just don't know where. You ponder something else. You look at your disc. For all the memories of tonight and plans for the future, the thing that matters most is a memory that isn't even yours. Cass's revelation is incendiary, necessary. Only 2 programs possess it, which makes it precarious. Core will dereg you for it if they can. You replace the disc on your back. Head forward. This may be the end of line, but it's not the end of your program or the grid. Not yet. If you've learned one thing tonight, it is that great truths cannot be contained in small boxes. Dependencies and compound errors will always make themselves known. This revelation, this prophecy, won't be contained either. A loop cannot be broken without a change in conditions. You'll find a way. Recompiling. Did it! And thus ends our game. Excuse me. Our game of TRON Identity. Or at least the stream version. I enjoyed that. Nice to have a little bit of story. And by the end of it, I got used to the defrag game. I thought was really going to struggle at that point. Oh, by the way, pet credits. Sure, go for it. But yeah, I enjoyed that. As I say, I think there was a little bit of an error regarding the hex code, but hardly something that took me out of the game. I would like to go back and see some of the other choices. I mean, depending on there whether it was considered a good ending, a bad ending, who knows? I guess we'll go through them and probably find out. But that, oh look, it did lead up to an opening. You found information that the grid that you live in could just be getting destroyed. And dun dun dun. But yeah, that ends the not yet titled. Well, that ends this version of the not yet titled Monday stream. Next week we may just play something. We may play what's going to be on the next not yet titled launch day stream, which is tomorrow. Where I will finally have my hands on the Mage Seeker, a League of Legends story, and we'll be playing it on the launch day stream tomorrow, and then it'll be taking over role playing Nottingham Games until its completion. So, you know, we've got that. But yeah, there's definitely more of the codex that'll need unlocking at some point, because, yeah, look at this. Grish met you, you requested his help, he confronted you, and died. Prince met you, was taken by proxy, died. Cass got to know you, met you, got to know you, left with you. 4 different endings for Cass. Ada met you, followed you to the vault, and died. So, from that, if she followed you to the vault, she would have died. That's just that. Sierra met you, gained your respect, walked 3. Cool. Proxy met you, captured Prince, and I guess the either would have been left alone or took Prince. So if you, I assume this here is died. So yeah, so it would have been Proxy met you and would have died, or else she would have captured Prince and left with him. And there's other ways for Grish there as well. But yeah. Alright, well, anyway, that ends the stream. If you've come in and watched and looked at what was going on, cheers, appreciate it. Other than that, give us a follow. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, alright, have a good night. Catch you later.